Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of the Yeboaa Show. I'm your host, Yeboaa. In this episode, we are going to talk about owning your life. Normally when I say you got to own your life, people look at me like, what do you mean by that? What do I mean by owning your life? We often live life as if we're living it for somebody. We live life like we live as if we're living it for somebody. We let what people think, the assumptions, everything cloud us so much that we live in the shadows of the people that are around us, or we live in to please others. But if you are living to please others, that means you don't own your life. If you are living because others are watching, that means you don't own your life. They own your life. You have given ownership of your life to them. Think about it. If you are on a purposeful path, do you really care about what people are thinking about you? If you begin to read into what people think about you, if you begin to think about what people think about you, number one, you don't even know what they are thinking about to put yourself as the center of their lives to think about you. When you do that, people own you, and when people own you, they have the power to influence you. So let's get back to owning your own life. If you own your life, when you have a purpose, when you have a goal, and you plan towards it, you often block the naysayers because you know what is ahead of you, and that is where you work towards. It is often a difficult concept for people to say that I own my own life. When you own your own life, it is not a disagreement with other people, their views or whatnot. No. Everybody is entitled to their views of the world. Now, when you own your life is whether you let their views of the world influence your microcosm of your life. So when you own your life, you own the microcosm of your life, not theirs, not the macro. Therefore, they do not influence you as much as you want them to influence you. We've often known people to actually say, oh, I don't want this person to think I'm this way. I don't want this person to think I'm this way. And I don't want the other person to feel like this or whatnot. In the first place, what is it that you're doing that you are assuming what people will think and how people will react to you? I have learned over the years to toe my own line. What do I mean by this? To own my own life. Because my life has a purpose, and my purpose is to be the best of who I can be. Every individual who you know who has reached a certain magnitude in their lives, owned their lives, and focused on the purpose and manifested that purpose. And you know what? Those that the naysayers that were around them, that they did not give ownership of their lives to, actually saw the purpose of their lives and rather want them to enhance, enrich them, for them also to become the people that they are meant to be. Therefore, this is what I tell you. You got to learn to own your life. You got to learn to say no to people that are not going to benefit you or be of positive influence to you. You got to learn to be critical of people that allow into your space. It is very, very important. Any person who does not own their lives has no power to get to anywhere that they need to be. Now, saying this, let me take us far back into history. I'm a person of color. History tells a different story about our lives, in that the enslaved did not own their lives. They were owned by masters. However, there are people that are significant in history as we speak that told themselves that no, they own their lives. Nobody owns them. That means they are not slaves to anybody. The striking example is Harriet Tubman. She owned her life and refused to be enslaved. Some were killed for that. However, as much as owning her life, sought and helped people to own their lives, their living and breathing lives, their spirits, their souls, the embodiment of them being human beings. So the onus is on us. Even within history's most critical times, people owned their lives and became the people that we know today as examples of human ingenuity, passion, and transcendence. Therefore, why can't we own our lives to be the best versions of who we are, to get to where we need to be? Thank you once again. This has been the Yeboaa Show. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most important of all, to own your life. You've been placed on this earth for a purpose by a greater power. Now, you may call that greater entity the source. You may call that greater entity God, Allah, whatever that you decide to call this greater entity. That is your choice. But your life has a purpose. And that purpose, you need to own it and you need to work with it, because you do not only influence or affect just the people immediately around you. You influence and you affect a whole generation. So own your life, become the best person or the best version of who you can be, and share the light. This has been another episode of the Yeboaa Show. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Catch you on another episode.